plain flour, pinch of salt, a tablespoon of mustard. It's not what you normally put in pastry, but this gives it extra flavour. Cold butter. And now you just want to rub the butter and flour through your fingers to make a sandy texture. This is why it's super important to have cold butter. If the butter's slightly warm, it'll start to melt. When you have that crumbly texture, I'm going to add some vodka. What that does is not add an alcoholic flavour, but actually keep the pastry flaky.
Vodka will help bring the dough together without developing the gluten, unlike water, as the alcohol evaporates during the baking process.
I'm going to roll out my pastry between 2 sheets of baking paper. It's better to do it this way than flouring your work surface, flouring your dough and rolling it out in flour. That way you minimise the amount of additional flour you add to your dough. Also, it's super easy just to move your dough around.
The pastry should be rolled out so it's larger than your pie tin.
Now once you've rolled out your pastry to the right size, it's going to go in the fridge for 30 minutes. So my pastry is chilled for half an hour. I'm going to put it in my tin. Make sure you tuck right into the edges there. Push it down a little bit. Then I'm going to take the rolling pin. Just run the rolling pin around the tin. Prick the base.
This stops air bubbles forming in the pastry base.
And then put in some baking paper, important part. I'm going to use some dried chickpeas as baking weights.
Bake at 160 degrees fan for 20 minutes before removing the baking weights, and bake for a further 10 minutes or until the base is firm and dry.
I'm going to make my filling for the cheese pie, and for that you need lots of cheese. Västerbotten cheese.
You can use mature cheddar, Comté or any other flavour-packed hard cheese.
Cream. And then 3 eggs. Generous pinch of salt. Lots of black pepper. Mix that all together. I'm going to add an onion. Not what you normally do, but it's a nice addition. Just need to get my pie crust out of the oven. Pour in your egg mixture. Top the pie with the onions. And then that goes in a preheated oven at 180 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. To my Västerbotten pie, I'm going to do a chanterelle topping. Once the butter is sizzling away, you can add your mushrooms. Then chop the parsley. Add a pinch of salt to your mushrooms. Västerbotten pie usually makes appearances at midsummer, crayfish parties, Christmas, but I actually really like having a slice with some fresh green salad. Don't need to serve it for special occasions. So the easiest way to remove the ring off the pie is to put it on something high, and then you can just slide it off like that. Let's slide this onto my plate. Pile your chanterelle on top. Sprinkle on the parsley. I think Västerbotten pie has to be one of my favourite Swedish dishes. And I'm sure it will be yours too. Just try and make it.